Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. And today we're just going to check the energy, see what guidance, what insight is available for you, and what's going on for many of you concerning your life purpose and your creativity. Okay? So let's take a little deeper dive and find out what it is you need to be aware of. What do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? Okay, so we have the Monterey Pine coming out. Let's see, can you see that? Yep. And so this is about, again, as I showed you from the bottom of the deck of the other one, life purpose, the Monterey Pine is also about purpose, life purpose, about how you use your creativity when it comes to your purpose. With the Monterey Pine here, this is also about like timing. Not so much the timing, but the cycles. Because the thing about a pine tree is when the little pine cones are very small, they have a very green color to them, right? And so it's like with any fruit, it's not exactly ripe to be used. As it matures, it turns into a brown color. Like many fruit, they may start out small and hard, and then as they grow, they become more supple, more juicy, more vibrant in color. Okay? So this is what is occurring for many of you. You're stepping into your life purpose. You're finding creative ways to express yourself. You're using your creativity when it comes to your life purpose. And it's like you may have felt green. Now, depending on where you are on the timeline, some of you are just recognizing, realizing the life purpose, the creativity that you have. And many of you are in that phase of where things are ripening for you when it comes to your purpose, when it comes to life's purpose, okay? And so as you're getting more into your life purpose, it's like I get this energy that many of you are feeling more comfortable with being very creative with your purpose. You're ready to show your strength. Like, you're not afraid. It's like whenever you're starting something new, sometimes you're a bit hesitant. And you hesitate because, one, it is new to you. And two, sometimes we don't want to feel like we made a mistake. But I feel like those of you who have, you're not in the beginning phases of it, you've made the mistakes, right? But it's like you made the mistakes to learn from them. So instead of giving up, instead of saying I messed up, you found a way to creatively take what you learned, what would have been considered a failure or a loss, and you integrated it into your purpose. So it's like you learned from your mistakes is what I'm getting for many of you. For some of you, this could have a lot, confirmation. This could have a lot to do with relationships. If you see that in this picture, there's a lot going on. So it's like many of you are stepping through the door of your life's purpose. Some of you, this has to do definitely with relationships. Relationships in any aspect. For many of you, it is romantic relationships. For some of you, this is business also. It's like wherever you are energetically when it comes to purpose, you're feeling stronger in it. And you can see, I'm getting and feel the growth of everything you know you're working on. We have Mother Fierce, Tai Chi rising, and the gates of heaven. Interesting. So for many of you, your energy field, your auric field is also rising. So for some of you, that's a part of your purpose. You're learning how to raise the frequency, raise the vibration of yourself, but also some of you are teachers, instructors, inspiration to others as to how they can raise their chi. Some of you may be teaching Tai Chi or embarking on learning this skill would benefit you greatly, okay? It would give you the strength you need spiritually. And it does that by helping you with your breath and also moving energy through the body, okay? So for some of you, that's a part of your life's purpose. Learning Tai Chi, learning the breath work for it, learning the movements could assist you with staying calm in your body. Some of you, that's your life purpose, is to assist others with that, like you're the instructor, or just being an inspiration for others as they see you, you know, grow in that, okay? For others of you, as you study this or continue in it, it's assisting your auric field to expand, okay? Now, with this gates of heaven here, some of you, your life purpose is a little bit different. Some people are going to resonate with this. It isn't for everyone, okay? With the, let me start with Mother Fears, because this is showing many of you that you are growing spiritually. And because you're growing spiritually, this can invoke like people feeling some type of way, whether this is energetically, whether this is spiritually, and whether this is physically. Okay? Basically, because you are feeling more stronger physically, energetically, spiritually, because you are spiritually growing with Mother Fierce here, and your energy field, your auric field is growing. For some of you, you may have some that are like, all right, I'm just going to say it, jealous. For some of you, some that may not even like the fact that you, so what I just heard is somebody feel like you think you all that, like it's all about you. Even though that's not the way you're coming off, you can't always help other people's perception of you. Okay? With Mother Fierce here, though, it's encouraging you to know that safety is assured, okay? So even in the midst of any apparent challenge or threat, no matter how frightening it may seem, and no matter how insecure you may have felt about taking a step on your spiritual path into more power, you're being encouraged with Mother Fierce here to know that you are safe. It's like it's like that mother that, so what I just saw, especially with the Mother Fierce here, if you see this glow around her, it reminds me of fire, right? And so when I'm seeing the fire, I'm thinking of Leo energy, and that's because I'm seeing a lioness. Whenever you, like, the cubs are not far away from the lioness, right, of the tribe, and that's the mother energy when it comes to lions. So I'm seeing like a fierce lioness that will go to any extreme to protect her cubs. And so it's like, those of you who this message is resonating for, you are protected, like in that energy, in that essence. Mother Earth, I'm hearing divine mother energy. Like, you may have been afraid of taking up space. I just heard allowing your energy to flow, to show how you've grown and expanded, to impart and share the wisdom and the knowledge that you have. But you're being encouraged to stand strong. Like, some people may not like the strength that you have, that you're exhibiting now, but they're saying, baby, do what you got to do. The many hands that you have, that there's many people that are backing you spiritually, energetically, and in this physical world. Okay. So now some of you, we're going to take a little turn when it comes to life purpose, right? When it comes to life purpose, some of you are finding that you have a gift. One that you may have been afraid of for some of you. One that you're now ready to exhibit. Okay? And for many of you, this is the gift of mediumship, is what some would call it. For others of you, this is the gift of knowing that you can connect with crossed over loved ones. For some of you, those that are stuck in between worlds, realms, whatever it is, those who may have been afraid of successfully entering the gates of heaven because for whatever reason they have connections or ties to this realm. Some of you have the ability to pray, to assist in whatever way your gift works for you, others in reaching the gates of heaven. Okay? And that's card number 12. You're able to assist, like a partner, others to having their new beginning by entering the gates of heaven. The 1 and 2 also totals 3. So it's like you working with the divine to get that individual soul, the 3, the Trinity, to where that soul can move forward. Okay? Now, that definitely isn't for everyone, but for those of you who are recognizing this, it's like you either have had some attachments and you're learning how to release those souls that are attached to you energetically, vibrationally, even elemental forces. It's like, don't become frightened of this ability, but allow yourself to know that sometimes we need help as beings to find our way to the light. And sometimes as you're a light, you become a beacon. So some things can become attached to your energetic field, to your earthly energy. Sometimes spirits are connected, souls are connected to people, to places, to things. Right? So it's like some may have gotten lost on their spiritual journey, on their way through the gates of heaven into higher consciousness. And sometimes this can happen because although the journey can occur consciously, the consciousness of a lower vibrational being, the element of fear can arise up. Like, you don't know what's there. You're afraid of leaving the things you were attached to, people, places, and or things. For many of you, you're coming into the awareness that as a part of your life's purpose, you have this ability to assist souls to finding their way to the gates of heaven. Okay? That definitely, confirmation, is not for everyone. Okay, hold, I need to take this. Okay. Whoa. Interruptions and the whole board moving. Either way, we're going to finish this reading. Let's continue, okay? Hey. Okay. Okay, so many of you are coming into this truth about your life purpose, and you're wanting to move with integrity. You're wanting to speak with integrity. You want your actions, knowing that you're very powerful, to demonstrate integrity, being true to self and being true to your purpose, being true and authentic in your life. So this is why many of you are moving forward. This moving forward is an initiation for many of you, an initiation into gaining more power as you step more fully into your life purpose, as you allow your energetic body to increase. It's like you're being initiated into another level, and this level is assisting you with moving forward with clarity, especially of the mind. With this arrow here in the clouds, your thoughts are becoming more clear. You're more clear about what direction you're taking. You now feel, know, and are aware of your truth and of spiritual truths is what I'm also getting. Okay. So what do you have for this message? Thank you. Yeah, as you're expanding in energy and gaining more truth, moving with integrity, it's allowing you to focus. It's like you have laser beam focus towards what it is you're accomplishing. Many of you have figured out how to get still even when there are so many moving parts around you. Moving parts, moving people, moving things, even energetically. Because don't forget, with this gates of heaven, some of you, because your energetic field is expanding, there may be entities, energies, souls, spirits that are wanting to stay attached to your energetic field, that are wanting to be in the same space and place as you. And many of you are being encouraged to release those energies, to guide them in whatever way your gifts work towards the gates of heaven. Now, on my channel, if you go through the videos, there is a specific ceremony for the gates of heaven that many of you, who you know that you're a medium, or you feel that someone, whether it's someone who has passed on in your family, or that somehow you have an energetic core to, there is a ceremony that will assist you in performing this gates of heaven passage. Okay? It will take you getting quiet and getting still and focusing on it. But if you're called to this ceremony, there is one, and it is labeled the gates of heaven on my channel. Okay? Many of you, when you get still and you get focused, you know that you receive wisdom, etheric wisdom, celestial wisdom, wisdom of a higher consciousness, wisdom from the energetic realms, wisdom for some of you from other dimensions and planets. Take it as it resonates. That is not for everyone. But you're able to focus in a more intense way. Hey, nephew, can you do me a favor? Okay, yeah. So, let's continue. Thank you. What do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is going to take courage. Stepping into your life purpose and allowing yourself to feel strong and have the courage for what it is you're doing, accomplishing, that is a part of your life purpose. Many of you have had to tap into your courage. You've had to tap into that inner strength that you have. Especially for those of you who are leading others home, especially with this gates of heaven here, right? So it's like you as a medium have the ability to assist others in going home, home to a consciousness of bliss. For others of you, you're finding your strength to feel at home with this gift. You're finding your ability to feel at home expanding within the spiritual realms. For some of you, you're even finding those that you can connect to. So you're like on the same wavelength, same frequency, and it feels like home because you're able to feel at peace with those with others, with those others that you're connecting to. Okay? And it takes courage because for some of you, you've been through how I'm getting this. You've been through it, right? Like you had to learn your strength. You had to figure out how to allow your energy, the wisdom that you're receiving, to expand, right? You had to be afraid to not express your creativity. You had to stand in your strength even when others said, you doing it wrong, or that's not the way you should do it, or I just heard for somebody, they don't even like your voice. What? Whatever. Either way, you had to become comfortable with being your own unique self, with the way you express your creativity and what your life's purpose is. Instead of allowing someone else to tell you what your life purpose is, you took I just heard the bull by the horns. But what I really saw was the chariot without the straps to guide the two sphinx that sit there. It's a mental guiding, right? So you had to become more aware of your thoughts and how they create reality, how cause and effect work, how your masculine and your feminine energies work, how your light and your how the light and the dark even work. And it took courage. And for many of you, it's like you felt like you were alone doing that. And so now to feel at peace with being able to connect with others, yeah, that took big courage. So shout out to you, to those of you who are on your path. You know you're on your path. And you know you're being guided. And that's what's up, you know? Able to now connect with others. Because you're mastering self, you're able to step into this initiation with wisdom, with truth, with integrity, with strength. Yeah, many of you have now stepped into fully being able to meditate, and the meditation helps you to tap into your inner strength. Bottom of the deck, right? It allows you to tap into your confidence and your courage. Meditation, for those of you, well, I know for those of you who this message is for, you're already into meditation. If you're not, then you're being encouraged to step into meditation. Now, I feel like this came out for a reason. You know, there's this line of thinking, this aspect of thinking that meditation can only be done when you're sitting quiet and your eyes are closed and you're like, That is one aspect of it. And yes, there is one way to get it done. But as we live in this multi-dimensional world and we have multiple dimensions, there is more than one way to get things done. So that, and you have, I feel like that's very evident because that's one of the reasons I speak of not just knowing your light or not just knowing your dark, not just being very feminine, but balancing out with your masculine as well. It takes a balance of things. So some of you sitting and being very quiet and being still is one way that meditation works for you. And you are able to focus and you're able to get the job done and you get the messages, you get the downloads, you get the light codes, and it works for you. For others of you, do you know that Tai Chi is usually a moving type of meditation. You're still quiet and within self, but you're focusing your mind and your breath. You're focusing your movements, the movement, and feeling the energy as it moves through your body. So some of you, your meditation is actually moving the energy through your body. And that allows you the focus. And that's where you, by feeling and understanding your body, you're able to get the downloads and the wisdoms and the truth that comes to you. So don't feel like, for those of you who, when you sit down, it's like the monkey mind starts racing and you can't seem to, get your focus going. It may be Tai Chi or a walking meditation where you're just quiet and you're letting nature give you the wisdom that's coming forth for you. Okay, so there are different types of meditation. I know that the widely known line of thought is to be sitting and sit quietly. Yes, that does work. Setting a sacred space, putting the things that are that assist your energy energetically, like crystal, sage, whatever it is that helps you create a sacred space. But don't forget that your body is your home, and it too is a sacred space. So by focusing on your body and the energy flowing through it, whether you're walking, whether you're doing Tai Chi, there are a multitude of ways where you're able to allow yourself to focus, to receive the downloads, to receive truth, to have integrity within self, to receive the light codes, okay? So that's for some. Take it as it resonates. That's not for everyone. You will find what works best for you the more you focus on what meditation practice works for you, okay? But meditation, card number 32 here, is definitely 3 and 2 is 5. What allows the transformation and the change to occur. So find whatever one is best for you that you can integrate that practice into allowing you to focus, where you're able to feel stronger with your intuition and the wisdom that's coming forth for you, okay? Okay, what do you have for this message today? Again, what do you have for this message today? Thank you. Yep. Okay, so as you're increasing in energy, as you're finding your way with meditation, for many of you, you're gonna feel brand spanking new. For some of you, you're finding brand new techniques as to how to focus your energy. You're finding new ways of tapping in spiritually, whether that be through Tai Chi, whether that be studying, whether that be walking. Like, some of you may be switching it up and finding a new way to like focus your energy, okay? And as you're doing this and you're finding new ways, so we have head games here. Don't let the self-talk that's in your head tell you, oh, this isn't working. Just focus on the positive. Focus on the messages that you're receiving. Focus on the present moment. Also, I'm getting, pay attention to, so energetically, some of you may be able to pick up messages like clairsentience. You hear things. Some of you, you just know what others are thinking. Don't let this play head games with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, take other people's thoughts and energy at a grain of salt. Focus on your own energy. Focus on the positive moment and focus on the task at hand for you. Okay? Because for many of you, it's time to fly. Card number 44 here. No more head games, baby. You are moving into a brand spanking new space where like you're connected to the divine. This brand spanking new also has to do with this initiation. It's like you're being initiated into a, I don't want to say a new level of consciousness, but it may feel new for many of you because, you know, like anything, in the beginning, you're new to a thing, right? I'm speaking energetically, right? So many of you have become accustomed to doing things a certain way. You read your cards this way, you read your Bible this way. You're being initiated into a higher level, I was going to say a new level, higher or new, take it as it resonates, a level of consciousness. So it's like the way that you did things before, yes, they can still work, but I feel like you're receiving new technique, new tools, new wisdom, new insight as you're going through this initiation, okay? I'm also going to, let's find out what the divine wants you to know about this initiation. And I want to find out why the head games are here. So let's go a little bit, let's tap in a little bit deeper with that, okay? Tell us about initiation first, please. Card number 16. Divine Creator, Source, Ancestors, for our highest evolving and elevation. Please give us insight and guidance on why this initiation is here. What more do we need to know concerning the initiation? What is the guidance? Clarify, please. Initiation. Initiation, thank you. Okay. So, just a side note, my nephew picked up all my cards and he picked up this deck and he was looking at the pictures. And so I left it how it was. Some of them are upside down, some of them are backwards. I shuffled it and I left it as it was. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. So this initiation is about emotionally and energetically you stepping into a phase of where you're more at peace is what I'm getting. For things that have not been moving, because we had the Knight of Pentacles come out upside down and the Knight of Wands. Going back and forth and being unsure about what steps to take and when to take, that's over for many of you. You know that it's time to fly. You don't have to worry about it. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Five of Cups. You're no longer feeling down about allowing your energy to expand, about showing your strength. No, you know that you've invested. Thank you, baby. You know that you've invested. Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups. You know that you've invested the time, the energy, learning for many of you, going through the lessons, and now it's time for you to celebrate. Celebrate with those that are on the same frequency as you, those who are excited to see you going through this initiation, those who are also going through their own initiation into the higher levels of consciousness. So that's what the initiation is about. Any way that you felt stuck, you're no longer stuck. You're not going back and forth about, is this for me? Is this my life's purpose? Should I do this? Should I show this energetic strength? Should I show my skills and abilities? I mean, I've been at having to protect myself for so long because of people that don't want me to show strength. And it's like you're not feeling down anymore. Five of Cups in reverse about showing your strength. No, you're fully stepping into this because you did the work. Seven of Pentacles here. You invested the time, you planted the seeds, and now it's time for you to see the harvest that is there for you. It's time for you to see energetically the creativity that you've put into stepping into your life's purpose. Okay? Now, the head games. Let's find out. Why are the head games here? What does the collective need to know when it comes to head games? Card number 36, head games. Why is this energy here? Clarify head games, please. Thank you. Okay, so whoa, did it move? Okay, we're okay. Coming out on the fence, we have the Ten of Cups sideways, right? So many of you, whether this is family or groups you are very fond of, that don't like the way that you're, because I feel like, okay, yeah, and then on the bottom of the deck, we got the Five of Wands, okay? Conflict and competition, right? So when it came to family, many of you were dealing with conflict and competition, those that didn't want you to show your strength. So they're the ones that are playing these head games, especially as you are moving into this initiation. Some that didn't have faith in you, didn't want you to heal, and now that you're healing and you're feeling more stable, it's like they're on the fence about it. Ten of Cups sideways, right? This is the head games. Some of you were very fond of these people. Some of you, this was family. Others didn't want you to feel ultimate happiness, right? They didn't want you to feel healthy and healed, right? Didn't want you to have faith that you could create stability and step into this initiation fully. And so that's why many of you aren't feeling down about this anymore, you know? It's like, you know, you've invested. This initiation goes with this head games. Don't play the head games with yourself. Don't allow others to play head games with you. Know that you're having this initiation into a brand spanking new time to fly type of energy where you're able to speak truth, receive truth, and move and speak, communicate with integrity. Being true to self. Making moves, speaking in ways that even if no one is watching you, which, side note, there's always someone watching. Take that. That's for whoever it resonates. But there really is. Anytime, if you haven't realized you think you're getting away with something, it's better if you just move in truth and integrity. Now, here's what I will say, because at one point in time, I was not fully aware, right? So where the head games get to take effect, or where people feel like they can get away with things, is when you're not fully aware, right, spiritually, of what can occur behind the scenes. When people throw spells, and spells, don't forget, are simply words that we're using. So every day, whether you consider yourself a witch or not, sweetie, when you speak, that's why they call it spelling. The words we use, you're casting spells. So whether it is positive, where you're speaking and uplifting another and encouraging, so your spell, your tongue, your sword is to heal, or whether it's to cut down, hurt, and tear. My whole point for saying all of that is when I was not aware that that was casting spells. It says, right, power of life and death is in the tongue, so you can speak to create life, or you can create death with it. It says people perish for lack of knowledge. So when you're not aware of what's happening energetically and spiritually, this is where people are able to do things behind the scene and you not be aware that certain things are affecting you energetically. People prey on your ignorance, not the prey where you're sending up words of encouragement, but the prey to where they can attack you. This thing does happen spiritually, whether people want to admit it or not. Okay, so that's that. Now, and I hope that gave clarity for someone. Okay, what do you have for this message? What do you have for this message? What do you have for this message? One more time. Here we go. What do you have for this message? Ooh, too many. Okay. Okay. We have harvest, because it is time to gather your blessings. See, you invested. the time, the energy to heal, to have faith, to trust self, to trust intuition, to put in the work for self-mastery. You planted those seeds, right? And now it's time to reap the harvest of that. Now it's time for you to attract what it is that feels like a harvest for you. Divine masculine, you put in the energy, but divine feminine, it's now time to receive. Receive the harvest. Receive what's magnetically drawn to you. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. So many of you have done the work to heal your heart, tapped into the power of self-love. You stayed open and willing and allowing to connections. You're now stepping into this phase as a part of the harvest where you will be connecting with others that have access to this ancient wisdom that's coming forth. Those that are fearlessly also removing obstacles. You're tapping into your earth magic. I'm recording, guys. You're tapping into earth magic for many of you, and this earth magic is where you're grounding into this reality, the wisdom that you're receiving, ancient wisdom. For some of you, you're grounding in miracles. Life itself is a miracle, whether we want to honor that or not. It literally is. A woman bringing life into this physical realm is a miracle. So don't take it lightly. Do you know how many obstacles as a... Tootie! Shh, please. Thank you. Do you know how many obstacles as a baby you had to go through to literally come into this physical plane? And then to not know who you are spiritually and as a soul, the older you get, and then have to come into that awareness of it, to lose the ignorance and come into awareness. Baby, that's removing an obstacle if I ever seen removing an obstacle. That's a miracle if you never even thought about it. Yeah. Also, many of you are now recognizing that you're attracting many things. And as you're attracting as a divine feminine, you're able to set boundaries. You're okay with showing your strength and setting the boundaries. Because just like you attract a lot of goodness, well, you know, you attract what also may want to test your boundaries, okay? You're being initiated, so you're crossing a certain threshold. Do know that with this threshold, you're still protected, okay? Threshold protection. So it's okay to set the boundaries. The boundaries also energetically, physically, spiritually. The boundaries also assist you with not allowing people that want to play head games with you to be able to get at you like that, you know? It's okay to set your boundaries and allow that strength that's within you to really shine forward, to flex it, you know? Okay. What do we have for this message? What do we have for this message? Okay, so yeah, and the setting the boundaries, it's going to take you having to be vigilant. Vigilant, not paranoid. Vigilant, being aware of your surroundings, being aware energetically, physically, and spiritually. Because remember, As your energy expands, you have things that are going to be attracted to you. Your divine feminine energy, right? Man or woman. When you're in divine feminine energy, you're attracting things. So many of you, as your auric field is expanding, as you're stepping more into your life purpose, you're also attracting like a light. Your light is growing. Your energetic light is expanding. So you'll attract a lot of things, right? You are protected, yes. Setting your boundaries helps you with the protection, yes. Being aware that this is occurring is also a part of how you stay vigilant. Being aware, okay? Aware that some don't like your strength. Aware that your light attracts higher vibrations as well as lower vibrations, even when you set boundaries, okay? But the good thing is that things are shifting because you are expanding energetically. So, of course, when things expand, you shift. Some of you, as you're changing form, as your energy is expanding, you know that this is a time of creation, right? You're co-creating with the Most High, co-creating with others as well that are going through initiations and expanding, creating something brand spanking new, something that creates harmony. Now, it could have to do with music, doesn't have to be. Music is another way we raise the vibration, raise the frequency. Music is another way that you can change the subconscious mind. You can put you know how they used to say message in the music? You can put a message in music, and then the more a person listens to it, it changes their frequency and their vibration. This is why it is more important, and many of you are finding that as you are going through initiations, that you're choosing brand new music. The things that used to resonate with you may not have that same resonance with you. Certain ways you possibly used to speak, about certain things, it's not resonating with you because you're choosing your words and your thoughts more carefully. Subconsciously, some of you may have been programmed in a certain way, and so now with this initiation, you're recognizing the newness that you can create, the harmony that you can bring forth with your words, with your actions, with your frequency of your voice. Okay? You know that this is a time of celebration as you're going into this initiation, and many of you have taken the time to reflect. And if you haven't, take some time to reflect as you're going through this initiation, because you'll be able to see who was playing head games, who wasn't. Were you playing any head games with yourself? Where you need to be vigilant. Reflection is all about taking that time to self. As you're taking off and getting ready to fly, before anyone takes flight, okay, I got two examples. Before a pilot takes flight, they're vigilant, right? They're vigilant in the way that they do an inspection of their plane. They're vigilant, and I'm speaking of smaller planes. I don't know about commercial pilots. I feel like they have people that inspect it for them. But for those who fly Cessnas and smaller planes, right? You have to be vigilant, be aware. Do you have the right type of fuel? Are the gauges set to the proper calibration? Checking the outside of the plane, checking the wheels. You have to be vigilant and aware. So as you're stepping into this initiation and this time of celebration, yes, enjoy, celebrate, have no fear, grow, expand, allow your light to shine bright, right? But still be vigilant, aware of what's going on around you. Setting things in proper order, setting boundaries. One of the boundaries a pilot would have is not to use the wrong fuel, right? And the other example was like a trucker. Now this is what they're supposed to do. Before they take off on a trip, right? They do what's called a pre-trip, and your pre-trip is you being vigilant. You go around the truck, you make sure that your oil is at a certain level. You open the hood and you check the wires, you check the coolant, you check if you have windshield wiper fluid, you check the tires to make sure they have the right thread depth, thread, that it's at the proper thread, no tire is bald, right? You pre-trip it, you're vigilant to make sure that you're safe on the road and that your vehicle is as safe for others that are also on the road. So as many of you are gaining this power and this strength spiritually, be vigilant to be safe for self and safe for others. Able to protect self, but also doing the measures so that it offers protections to others. Meaning, don't take it lightly. Don't be willy-nilly with this spiritual strength that you have, okay? Little boy, what do you have for this message? So as you guys can see, I'm babysitting today, right? What do you have for this message? Okay, we have the hunter with track down your fears and desires. See, being vigilant is being aware but not in fear. Being vigilant is knowing what it is you want to accomplish and then going after it. So as a trucker, you want to accomplish getting your load to its destination safely so that you can gain your miles, right? And you have to track down your fears. Be vigilant. I know that I could hit something on the road, but I'm not going to be in fear of that. My desire is to drop this load. And so then you go after your desires. I know that anything can happen in the sky as a pilot, but I'm not going to be in fear of that. I got to track down this fear and then get this delivery of people to where they want to go, or get to my destination for vacation, whatever it is, right? This is what you're doing. You're being the hunter, not in fear, but fearless and still moving forward, okay? Time to fly. I just realized, we had time to fly here, and then I started getting all of these downloads about flying a plane. That's interesting, and then I just realized it. Okay, so it's time to fly. Be vigilant, but it is time to fly. What do you have for this message? You could get all in your head with head games like, oh, something could hit me. And for any of you who drive truck, the first time you took that first load out, man, you were all in your head about, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to back the truck in? Am I going to be able to do this? Head games, right? But because it was brand spanking new to you. But eventually you have to track down those fears. Be vigilant, watching the road around you, doing your pre-trip, but then still accomplishing the goal, the task at hand, right? So many of you energetically, spiritually, you're still accomplishing the task at hand. It's like, what do they say? Do it even with fear or something like that. Be afraid and do it anyway or something like that. What do you have for this message? Thank you. Okay, so what do we have? Possess self-confidence on the bottom of the deck, right? And then we have give without expectation. I'm going to be honest with you. I always have, or I'm gaining something about this give without expectation, because it's like I get for many of you, you give willingly, freely from the heart. Now, as your energy is growing, you're going to be attracting more people. And as you give without expectations, you do need to actually still set healthy boundaries, because you're a person that's giving with now don't get it twisted, right? You're not supposed to always expect to get something for doing something for someone. But there are people on the flip side of that coin that will just expect you to keep giving to them. And it's when it becomes an expectation where you would have to set boundaries. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. What is this give without expectation? Why is this here for the collective? What do you want us to know when it comes to giving without expectation? I told you all the cards are mixed up, right? Tell us more about give without expectation, please. Clarify, give without expectation. Anything else? Okay, so some of you are going to want to make peace about giving to even people who didn't want to work with you, who didn't want to collaborate with you. And I'm getting still be able to share the wisdom that you have. I'm getting that it doesn't have to always be monetarily. There are other ways to give. Okay, so give without expectation. Take that as it resonates. We had the Six of Swords and the Three of Pentacles in reverse come out. Not working together, not collaborating, because some people are looking to always get something. Well, if I work with you on this, then you got to give me this. And then it's like they don't know how to make peace without getting something. But these are people I'm getting that don't know how to give from the heart freely. Some of you give from the heart so freely, and that's why you decided to not work with certain people. For many of you, that's taught you, though, how to set boundaries. So now you have peace about being able to work with people and knowing when to set a boundary and not work with some people, okay? It's like you don't mind giving, but some people just drain your cup, I just heard. Take that as it resonates, okay? Let me see. We got like one more we're going to go through. Before I grab some crystal cards. Okay. Okay, what do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? Whoa, okay, I'll take them. Okay, we have sustenance with tree people, foundation with staff, air with creativity. So that's the second time creativity has come out for us because we have it here. Let me get that. So we have creativity twice. We have birth with renewal and plant medicine with truth. So both of these cards, if you look at them, there's like this air element. Now this one actually says air, and then there's like air flowing all around her, and then this one there's like a hot air balloon, and it looks like they're up in the clouds somewhere, right? There is something when it comes to your creativity that you're being encouraged to share. Some of you have very creative thoughts. On the mental realm, you're very strong. Your thoughts are very powerful. Express your creativity. Allow it to flow freely from you. Many of you are having a renewal of creativity at this time. Some of you, because of your creativity, you're birthing something new, brand spanking new. For some of you, this new creative thing, it's going to sustain you. Meaning it will be something that allows abundance and prosperity to flow into you. It's also going to, for others of you, it's something that, it's like wisdom that's going to sustain you. And as this wisdom is coming in, many of you will be sharing this with others. Even others who didn't want to work with you, they'll be gaining sustenance even from the wisdom that you're gaining. It's like you're going to be able to assist them with setting a foundation. And many of you are now creating a very firm foundation for yourself. Even though it feels new to some of you, many of you have already set the foundation, and that's why you're gaining the harvest now. And this foundation that you've set, it's going to sustain multitude of people. I just heard. Take it as it resonates. That's not for everyone. Some of you are newly into setting a foundation, newly into stepping into some new creative idea. Others of you, you've already set a foundation, and what you've created is giving you sustenance, but it will also be where you're able to give to others as well. Okay? And it's the truth. Many of you are stepping into truth, the truth you're gaining, the wisdom you're gaining, the way you creatively express truth, speaking with truth, having integrity. Okay. Okay, so let's get some crystals and close this message out, and then I'll grab some last minute tarot cards, okay? What crystals do you have for this message? What crystals do you have for this message? Anything else? Okay, we have the Chaurite. This one's been coming out a lot lately. The Chaurite is about the vibration of transformation. It's about the vibration of deep love that radiating all around you. Chaurite is also a crystal that can cleanse the chakras. Its energy allows you and reminds you to live your life now and to not wait, to really be who you are. Chaurite's a crystal that can also magnify the energy to help you transform into a being filled with self-love and a deep love for all life on this planet. Okay? So that's beautiful. Any last minute messages? Anything else you need us to know? Any other messages to wrap up this message? Thank you, please, and thank you. What do you have for us? Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and then we have the Moon, the Five of Swords. Interesting. The Emperor, and the Eight of Swords. And then the Ace of Wands also came out by itself. So some of you, it's not very clear to you. Like everything, you're having to be vigilant because energetically, I'm getting in the thought realm, behind the scenes, because the moon is like what you're not always able to see. There is some, what do I want to call it? What's the word? There is some rigmarole that's happening behind the scenes, right? Where some don't want you to be able to think clearly, or because they couldn't. Okay, it's two ways I'm getting this. Some people were not aware of their actions, and they saw you as strong, right? Physically, mentally, spiritually. And so they felt like it was their duty to come against you for whatever reason because you were strong. And they wanted to bind your strength, like have you not be as strong. It's like it's these same people now, same people, entities, spirits, whatever, that now want a new beginning with you. It's like before behind the scenes they were doing all this energetic magic, because we have swords here. This is the mind. This is also with their words. So they may have just been talking shit or trying to play head games, right? But it's like they weren't fully aware of who you were and how strong you are. Emperor here. And this is whether you're a man or a woman, but I do get masculine energy here. It's like you put in the work, though, to master your emotions, to master when to take action, to master your thoughts, and balance that out with your heart. Okay? And then able to actually bringing into this physical realm to become the emperor, or more in control of self. By you doing that work now, it's like people who I just heard couldn't see your worth before now want a new beginning with you. Some people, as we said in the reading, don't like your strength, but they still may want a new beginning with you, or to enter a project with you, to work with you. You take it as it resonates, okay? Okay, so that has been the message for today. I want to thank you for joining me, Tonae Star, here with Tonae Star Enterprises. And yes, we do stand on business, baby. This has been another voyage of the Enterprise. Y'all see, we had to go in there today. We went deep with the creativity, deep with gaining this wisdom, deep to find out about the head games, deep to speak with truth and integrity. So on this voyage of the Enterprise, thank you for joining me as we took another voyage to the 5D and beyond. And remember, always shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you will still be amongst the stars, having faith, having hope, having healing, knowing that all things will be revealed in due time. You'll gain the wisdom that's necessary, okay? And remember to always, always, always let your light shine bright. Thank you for joining me. Your likes, shares, and subscribes are also greatly appreciated.